Alright, so a test-inspired warm-up basically from Unit 3, Day 1. So that's the day that nobody had that day in person. That's all online. And so I wanted to make sure we saw one. And why not make one that's pretty dang close to the test? So if you think you're ready to try it on your own, hit pause and give it a go. If not, stay here with me and I'll work it out. So, very complicated looking thing, and part of the reasoning is that our tests are all on, we don't have block days right now, so all our tests are 50 minutes, and so we have to cut to make sure everything fits on time, and obviously this last test didn't quite get there, but this is a question that combines several things at once. So our first job is, let's fix the top, meaning subtract, then we'll fix the bottom, add, and then we'll combine them using keep it, change it, flip it. So there's really three questions in one. Work the top, work the bottom, keep it, change it, flip it. So first the top. 4 over x minus 1 minus, and I like to leave space in there because I know what's coming. Like I know I'm headed toward common denominators, so I'll leave room to work those in there. And again, I'm just worried about the top, right? One step at a time. That problem looks overwhelming. Let's go one piece at a time. All right, to add fractions, you need a common denominator. But the only way you can get common denominators is by multiplying stuff. So I can't like take this denominator and say, oh, if I add 4, I'd get to x plus 3. Like, well, yeah, but adding 4 is not in the okay things to do. So I can't add 4 to that. That's not legal. The only thing I can do is multiply by stuff. So if I multiply this one by x plus 3, top and bottom, of course, because whatever you do to the bottom, you got to do to the top. And multiply the second one by x minus 1, top and bottom. Then their denominators match. Denominators are needy people. They're like the little kids in the back seat of the minivan clamoring for the same snack. You're like, well, I gave you a snack. Like, no, I want what my brother has. Fine, you can have what your brother has. So then the other kid's like, well, wait a minute, why can't I get one of those? And so they just bicker back and forth until you give everybody the same stuff. Maybe not the best parenting strategy, but it is the best common denominator adding fractions strategy. So our denominator is the same. We're good now. All of the children are satisfied that they've got the same stuff. Everything's fair. Now let's worry about the numerator. So 4x plus 12. And then be careful with this one. That minus 3 needs to go to both. So minus 3x plus 3. So we end up with x plus 15 over x minus 1, x plus 3. And all of that was just for the top. All right, now we got what the top is. Now let's worry about what the bottom is. 5 over x plus 2 plus 2x over x minus 1. And I'm going to pause, you should pause, and try to work that, because it works just like the one we just did. So give that a go, and then we'll look at it. Alright, let's fix this one. So first denominator looks at second denominator and says, that's not fair, why can't I have an x minus 1? Fine, here's your x minus 1. Second denominator looks around and says, wait a minute, that's not fair. Why can't I get an x plus 2? Fine. Have your x plus 2. Stop whining about things. Now everybody has the same stuff, so everything is fair now. We're good. So our denominator is x minus 1, x plus 2. That's our common denominator. Numerator, 5x minus 5 plus, careful, a little more complicated here, 4x squared plus 4x. So that's 4x squared plus 9x minus 5 over x minus 1, x plus 2. But all of that was just the denominator. So here's our numerator. Here's our denominator. So now we got one fraction over another fraction. Now we're ready to keep it, change it, flip it. So keep it meaning keep the top the same. Don't do anything to that guy. So x plus 15 over x minus 1, x plus 3. Change it meaning we were dividing, now we're going to multiply. So change it to multiplication. And flip it meaning flip the denominator. So x minus 1, x plus 2, all over 4x squared plus 9x minus 5. And now finally we get to look for things to cancel. There's not much to cancel. X minus 1s will go away. That's about it. So we're left with x plus 15, x plus 2, over x plus 3, and the rest of that denominator. What a pain of a question. Just not that anything in that question was that difficult, it's just it was 3 questions, and each of the 3 questions is generally worthy of those were each 3 good questions that could have been test questions on their own, and instead we threw them all into one. So again, that's test inspired. Make sure you're ready for that kind of question on the test on October 1st.